Hi, welcome to Dave with the Run. Today we're going to talk about the Max Elite Zeus running shoe. Really good shoe. I actually saw a number of people running in these shoes, and what I can tell is Mr. Price, which is a brand here in South Africa, are really trying to push the envelope with regards to running. They've actually come up with a couple of shoes that many people have actually been pleasantly surprised by, given the price, and the price point is really good on these shoes. So I'll talk a little bit more about that. Okay, so with regards to the shoe, in terms of the product description, there's nothing much to it. It's really a Flyknit upper. There's an EVA midsole, and yeah, so really not much to talk about there. I think one of the things that I was quite intrigued by is 2 points. Number one, it's a good amount of rubber on the outsole, but there seems to be a carbon infused, what they call Propel technology, which is a carbon sheet rather than a carbon plate. And the way that I understand it actually works is that it actually is pulled through the shoe, and it gives the shoe a bit more of a return, like a little bit more rigidity and a little bit of return. So for me, yeah, that's not really one that I would write home about personally, but there are some points about the shoe that I think that really work. So we'll talk about the positives and the negatives. Okay, so from a positive point of view, this shoe is very light, and that's actually one thing that I really liked about the shoe. It's about 234 grams. So for me, just when you actually have the shoe on, it doesn't feel like you actually are wearing a shoe. Also, another positive is with this Flyknit upper, when you put it on, it feels really comfortable, and so that's something that I think is a big positive. From a negative point of view, there's not a lot of foam in the shoe, which can be a positive because you get a lot of ground feel, but you also notice that again you get a lot of ground feel with the shoe, so you're not getting a lot of support, and definitely not a lot of support in your archway area. So it is a very natural feel running in the shoe, but the negative point is you feel everything from the shoe, so that's a negative point. And I think another negative is there's not a lot of structure in the shoe. So if you prone to having either a problem with regards to dropping in or out of the shoe, or you need any structure or support, you're not going to get it in this shoe. So that's a negative. So my final thoughts on the shoe is it's a really great training shoe. I would use a shoe for 5Ks, like a park run, even up to 10Ks. It is very lightweight, so you don't really, if you're doing some track work and you just want to have something on your foot while you're doing track work or speed work, this would be great. Even heels, not a bad shoe for heels because you can really work the heels, especially if you're doing heel work in training or heel work repeats. Great option to use in terms of that. Final thoughts, I'm happy with where Mr. Price is going with these shoes, and it looks as if they are going towards shoes that are going to be used more in races. I actually noticed in the race that recently quite a few athletes were using this shoe, so I was pleasantly surprised to see that. And I know that they have got the Mr. Price team, and many of them do use some form or other of the Max shoe. So I would say for Mr. Price particularly, watch the space in terms of the shoes that they're coming out with next. This is Dave. See you on the run.